this video, I talked to you about 5-star rated books that you probably never have heard of. Hey guys, I'm Sankalpita and you're watching Book Geeks India, which is a channel where I make book related videos. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about 5-star rated books, 5-star rated books that you probably have never heard of and you should definitely pick up. So as you guys know, I do read a lot of books. Now, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an absolute snob, but yes, the fact is true that I do read a lot of books, and over the course of many years, I have discovered some really good hidden gems that are probably underrated, that not many people know of, and these are like literary gems that you should be reading if you are a literature buff. All the books that I'm going to be talking to you about in this video will be only for serious or voracious or intermediate level readers, not for beginners. So if you are a beginner level reader, this video is not for you. It's only meant for people who read a lot. So I had planned on doing this video from a long time, but I just couldn't bring myself to shoot it, but now I'm doing it, and that makes me very happy because I would definitely want these books to get more love from readers across the world, especially readers in India. And now, because I have 5 books to talk to you about, let's begin. Book number 1 is this, The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. Now this book revolves around a very interesting premise. Let me ask you a question. What if you knew the date of your death? What would you do then? So this book takes us to the New York of 1969, and we meet this psychic, mystical woman who travels all across America, and she has this uncanny ability to foretell somebody's date of death. Now, there is the Gold family, and the Gold family has 4 children, all of them adolescents, and they somehow sneak out without their elders knowing, and they get to this mystical woman. One by one, they have a session with this mystical woman, and she tells them about their date of death. The prophecies that are told to them on that day will decide the course of their life forever for the next 5 decades. So we see the story of not just the entire family, but also these 4 people individually and them interacting together as a whole. Now, one of the brothers escapes to the west coast of the United States, searching for love in the 1980s of San Francisco. One of the sisters is a dreamer, and she dreams of becoming a very famous magician in the Las Vegas area. The eldest son of the family decides to become a doctor post the 9/11 tragedy, and then there is the daughter who becomes a scientist, throwing herself into longevity research where she tests the boundaries between logic, science, and also immortality. So what this book tells us, it's not just a period drama, it's a beautiful tale of family relationships or sibling rivalry, and at the same time it tells the story of this entire family, all the brothers and sisters, and at the same time it also tells you just how dangerous the knowledge of our death could be, the knowledge of the future could be. And let me tell you guys, I absolutely loved reading this book. I loved every part of this book, and I would certainly recommend to every single reader out there who's voracious and who's into literary fiction. This is a book which will just blow your mind. I never expected it to be so good. I just picked it up on a whim, and I'm just so glad that I did it because it was mind-blowing. The next book that I have in this video is this one, All the Lives We Never Lived by Anuradha Roy. If you guys have been following me from some time, you know that I have done a video review of this book on my channel. I will link it down below and you can go and have a look. But let me tell you that this book is absolutely amazing. This was, I think, longlisted and also shortlisted for the JCB Prize of 2018. Yes, it was definitely 2018. So this is a story about this guy called Mishkin. Now Mishkin is now an adult, but his entire childhood he was known in the circles of his friends, of his school, of his locality as the boy whose mother had run away with an Englishman. Mishkin had spent his entire childhood in that drama. But coming to the present time, Mishkin is all grown up and he wants to explore the life of his mother, the decisions that led her to do what she did, and finally what drove her, exactly what happened to her. So in this book, Mishkin tells his own story and also the story of his mother, flashing back to and fro, and we get to know about Gayatri, the rebellious daughter that she was, the rebellious daughter-in-law that she was. Now Gayatri's story is particularly set in the time when India was struggling with her own freedom. There were demands of freedom rising all over the country, and then it was also a time when the Nazis had come to power in Germany. It is during that time that 2 strangers arrive in Gayatri's town and they show her dreams, vivid dreams of freedom, of artistic liberty, and she just follows her her heart and leaves with them. So Mishkin traces her entire story, what led her to escape from the British-held India to the Dutch-held Bali in the 1930s, and what led her to forsake every comfort that she had known, including that of a family, including that of her child. So this book has an historical vibe, an atmospheric vibe, and it's very beautifully written. It manages to capture that delicate balance of relationships that not many books can actually do. And I loved reading every bit of it, every single bit of it. A quick reminder guys, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that like and also subscribe to my channel, and let me know of any other hidden gems that you know of, 5-star book recommendations that you would want to recommend to me and my viewers. The next book, guys, is a book that I picked up on my Kindle, and I think a lot of you might have already read it, or at least some of you would know it. This is M and the Big Home by Jerry Pinto. This book also just blew my mind. It was so beautiful, and I just can't tell you, I can't talk to you enough about it because I loved reading every single part of it. So the book is set in the last decade of the 20th century of Bombay, and we get to know the story of this family called the Mendeses family. Now Mendeses family has a father, a mother, and 2 children. Now M is not your stereotypical mother. She is a beady smoking, hyperactive woman who's constantly being rushed to hospitals because of her mania and her many failed suicide attempts. The big home in the title is the father, who is the rock solid foundation of the entire house, the entire family, and who keeps all of it together, managing to keep the family together beautifully. Now, theirs is a very interesting family because all of them are unique, eccentric, and endearing at the same time. And this is a book which has a lot of mental health representation. But if that is something that triggers you, by all means stay away from this book. Do not read this book. But otherwise, it's a beautiful read. It's a sad and tragic read, but at the same time, it captures that family dynamics beautifully and the love of family. So I definitely loved reading every bit of it, and I would certainly recommend this book to you guys. The next is a book that I also read in 2018, and this is Anon by Bhavani Iyer. Now, those of you who don't know, Bhavani Iyer is the screenwriter of many interesting Bollywood movies like Rasi, Lutera, and Guzarish. And this book is her debut novel, and I absolutely loved it. And this was another beautiful gem that I never expected I would love so much, but I ended up loving it. And hence, if you are looking for an Indian historical fiction, a period drama which is set in 1960s and 1970s era, you should definitely check this book out. So this book takes us to the 1960s and 1970s of Calcutta, and we meet these 2 people, 2 young handsome men who are joined in a very unlikely friendship. The only thing that binds them together is their love for writing. Debottam is the genius son of a very wealthy zamindar, but he's a vagabond son who does not believe in the things that his father holds dear. He does not believe in the zamindari system. On the other hand, we meet Urbish, who's a dreamer, who's an aspirer, and he wants to become a writer one day. But he comes from a very different background. His father is actually a fisherman. Now, how these 2 people meet and they form this unlikely friendship, that is what you will get to know in this book. You will also get to see the beautiful roads of Shanti Niketan and the jazz clubs of the Park Street. Urbesh and Debottam have a lot in common. Of course, the love for writing is there, but even in their love for writing, there's one stark difference that defines them. One is willing to kill to write, and one is willing to die to write. And this is a beautiful story if you ever get to it. Trust me guys, just pick this book up and read it. It is phenomenal. This book, I don't know, there should be a movie made on this. There should be at least a web series made on it. Something should definitely be done about this book because it's absolutely amazing. Finally guys, the last book is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Now this is a book that I think I picked it up in 2014 or 15. Like, it was that long ago. So this is the story which is set in the event of a civilizational collapse. So this is a story about a Hollywood star, a man who becomes his savior, and a nomadic group of actors who travel and perform and risk everything in life for the sake of arts and humanities. On a particularly snowy night, a Hollywood actor collapses on stage during the production of King Lear. A few hours later, the world as we know it begins to fall apart. So this is a story that is told by constantly moving to and fro, from the days of the Hollywood star when he was just a young star and he was struggling to get his hold in Hollywood, to 15 years in future and way back in future when the civilization has collapsed and there is a nomadic group of travelers who are performing in the wastelands of what remains of the civilization as we know it. So this is a very suspenseful novel, and it beautifully captures the essence of how mysteriously, how differently fate can connect the destinies of these six people. The Hollywood actor, the man who saves him, his oldest friend, his first wife, a young actress who travels in that nomadic group of company called the Traveling Symphony, and a dangerous self-proclaimed prophet. So this is a book that juxtaposes two scenarios: before the civilizational collapse and after the civilizational collapse. And I loved it. I definitely loved it, and you should definitely read it, because if you are somebody who loves dystopia, a little bit of it, and also litfic, this is one book that perfectly combines these two things. So that's it from me in this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like and also subscribe to my channel. And in the comment section below, let me know about any other such books that you are aware of, 5-star reads that people don't know about, that are seriously underrated, and I would love to get my hands on them, and I would love to know your recommendations. And that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you with another video super soon. Until then, bye.